Okay, so the new Israeli government. Oof. Goodbye. No. The new Israeli government, with Naftali Bennett as the prime minister in the first 2 years, with Yair. Let me make sure here. What is his name? Yair Lapid. That's it. Yeah. Yair Lapid, rotating out after the first 2 years. Now, I thought it was Yamina, but it's Yamina. That's where you put the emphasis. So, Yamina. So, it is the Yamina party that Bennett is a part of. And Yesh Atid is the center party that Yair Lapid is a part of, along with several other parties. I watched for about 5 hours through roughly the in the Knesset and all the arguments. In general, it was mostly just we have to protect Israeli sovereignty. We have to protect, the very we have to protect the religious interests of Israel. At the very end or near the end, before the new speaker of the Knesset was elected, that's when they had a lot of the more left-wing folks. So they had a lady who I swear she could just be, like I say, if she didn't say anything, you'd be like, oh, she's Jewish. And she's like, oh yeah, actually I'm Arab. So it's just like when they were, and when she was talking, it's like, yeah, being Arabic or whatever. It's like, girl, I couldn't even tell. Lady, I couldn't even tell. But anywho, and then you say, and then of course you have the more left-wing folks who are just like, we need to be just be patient with us, Palestine. We're going to do some stuff about this. And it's just like, oh boy, I didn't hear the beginning bits with Netanyahu. Basically, the thing is, I think this is just more political theater. Where they say, oh yeah, well, Netanyahu really slammed Naftali Bennett. It's like, I take it with a grain of salt, because then you'll see the whole footage of it, and there they are just sitting all right next to each other. So no, I don't really believe this narrative where it's just like, oh well, Naftali Bennett hates Netanyahu. No, I don't see that at all. The whole thing is that Netanyahu, who, and I would say arguably groomed Naftali Bennett already for politics, just said, hey, as long as you keep most of the stuff that I talked about going, then you know what? We're good. So I don't really care about this cope where it's like, oh, Netanyahu was, taken down. No, that's bullshit. No, I don't believe that for a minute. I just don't. But then again, I am skeptical of just about everything that I see, especially do with politics. I think that it's going to be status quo, basically. We're going to return to, what we've already seen in Israel: more Palestinians getting arrested, more and more specific. I'll even try to be nice to the Zionists. I'll use the term Arab. That way we can be nice and, free about it, right? But there'll be more arrests that will occur. There will be more of this, we have to defend the Haredi. The Haredi will continue to be persecuted to some degree. But I think in general, even though Naftali Bennett himself came from, this party Yamina, which came about from the more religious right, the religious Zionist right. This is where he is. His family came from Ohio, came to Israel in, I think, a week after the 6-Day War. I believe that's what it was. A week after the 6-Day War, they came to Israel. Naftali Bennett made money, through working in technology, and more specifically with computers. and sold his, I think it was a software business for like, I've seen a lot of ranges, but basically in the hundreds of millions of dollars. And now, of course, now he wants to, promote his own nonsense. In my opinion, Naftali Bennett is going to be no different, or will probably be worse than Netanyahu. And once that occurs, of course, people will still simp for Israel. Everybody, the typical stands of Israel will come out, and they'll just say, yeah, Israel's the land of, Jesus and all that. So, but yeah, it's all so tiresome. I hate to say that, but yeah. There were other videos I wanted to record, but I just grew tired of them, and I was just like, no, I don't want to talk about these anymore. So I think that's all I'm going to record for today. Hopefully y'all enjoyed these 2 videos I'm going to upload. So see you later, and a goodbye.